Today, I have the incredible pleasure of speaking with Ines Di Santo and Veronica Di Santo. And we're going to be talking about, of course, the Canadian fashion industry, how she started out, and how they've been giving back to our community. First off, Ines, Veronica, thank you for joining us. How are you doing?
Very good, thank you. What about you guys?
Oh, we're doing amazing. I mean, working from home, of course, trying to find new ways to keep busy. I think my first question, of course, you make wedding gowns, you make beautiful bridal gowns. Weddings haven't been happening. So how has this part affected you personally?
Well, it really, we do wedding gowns, okay? I started my company many years ago, and really it's very interesting how I started because I came from Buenos Aires, and then I started my business with a machine I found in the garbage, and with $10 I buy samples on. This was in downtown, okay, and a College Street was a place they sell material for $1, and I did 10 samples with the machine I found in the garbage, and then I start to sell patterns. It's God inspired me, and thanks Canada gave me the opportunity to create this, and all the community who believe in me and bought my wedding gowns. That's why we are today. And this, it changed. When I heard about this virus, it was so important for us, Veronica and I, how we're going to help the community. And we have this to do the PP gowns, to give back the community whatever they give to us.
Before we get into the PPE gowns, Ines, I would love to know a little bit more about your story. Were you always interested in going into fashion, or was it something that by chance you got the chance to do here in Canada?
No, I was studying fashion. I had the opportunity to study in Buenos Aires, and I went to Buenos Aires. I studied also with a team of Christian Dior. Like always was fashion my thing, and always I wanted to do bridal because it was so important for me to make a dream come true. Because everybody dreams when you are a little girl to wear, a wedding gown. Even sometimes you take your mom veil and you put it. It's something so beautiful, like all the girls we dream about.
100%. No, I've had the chance to wear your gowns several times for pageants, and I tried on a couple wedding gowns just for fun, and they are stunning. Honestly, they're a dream. They're a dream. So I really do want to congratulate you for such an inspiring story and for all of the success that you've had ever since.
Thank you so much. And this project with the PP gowns is with always we are mother and daughter team. We work in this company for it all together all the time. Even when she was little, I was designing on the paper and she was designing on the wall. This is how we start.
I love that. And Veronica, I do want to ask you about this PPE gown initiative because it is incredible how you can shift from making these couture bridal gowns to making hospital gowns for some of our much needed frontline workers. Where did this idea come from?
It happened all very quickly when we found out about the lockdown, which I believe was March 17th. Hard to believe that it was that long ago. And when we found out about the lockdown and we knew that we were not able to stay open because we were not considered essential, deemed essential, I had a lot of thinking to do, and I thought, I know that they need these hospital gowns, so how can I help? So I made a few phone calls, and I was able to establish some really important connections and realize that I had the power to be able to produce these hospital gowns in a quick way and to basically help with the shortage that we're seeing right now. And so what we did was we called back our staff, and now we were deemed essential, and we began making them, and we still are making them. We're working with Humber River and Sunnybrook Hospital. We're very excited to be working with them, and I can't say how happy and thankful I am for the opportunity. And it's such a feel-good moment when we make bridal gowns. My team is so invested. in making these pieces of art. There is a sense of pride that everybody has when they've worked on this magical gown. And I feel like since we've retooled temporarily, because of course bridal is our core business and we will continue to do that, but they also have a sense of pride knowing that they're putting in long hours. We really are working very long hours to try to commit or so to meet the commitments that we've made. But they go home and there's this feel good moment of, I helped protect someone today. You know, I helped with a shortage. I really, really helped to do something special, and it makes it really worthwhile.
And that's so important. I mean, honestly, every little piece of the puzzle is helping Canadians fight COVID-19. So thank you, Veronica and Ines. Now, do you know approximately how many you've been able to make ever since this all started?
So we've done thousands. We've done like well over 10,000 gowns already. Wow. And we're continuing to produce them. So.
And have you been able to speak to people at Sunnybrook, frontline workers? Have you received any kind of reaction from them?
Well, I'll tell you a little story. Because of the lockdown, hospitals have been closed. And when I decided that I was going to do this, I actually started meeting in parking lots with procurement directors and showing our prototypes. And Ines and I worked tirelessly to try to land on options that really worked, using the feedback from medical professionals, the medical community, the procurement directors. All of them gave us the feedback of what they were looking for. And they've said that they're very fashionable compared to the isolation gowns that they were used to. So we kind of find that a little bit special too, that we're still able to provide them with a little fashion, because that's what we do, and that's, you know, our core business.
But it's such a good feeling when you give back to the community and to this beautiful country, and you know you do something. The feeling is magnificent. You have no idea how proud we are to work with the community.
Amazing. And you know what, giving back is so important, but I think it's also important to highlight the Canadian fashion industry is probably going to need our help as well once all of this goes back to normal. There's so many Canadian brands that are unfortunately very small and will start to suffer. So I want to know from you guys, how do you think Canadians can give back to the fashion industry once this pandemic is all over?
I think that the Canadian fashion industry may actually, you know, there is going to be a period of, like, you know, financial strain, but I think that it's really opened our eyes to, you know, giving back to the community and, you know, buying local, buying from, you know, the people, you know, and actually supporting, you know, Canadian brands. I think is something that we should do as a nation, to try to connect, and really there's power in numbers. So if we start to support our local companies, and it doesn't just have to be fashion, if we really turn our attention to supporting local, I think we can make a difference.
Ines, Veronica, before we let you go, again, such an inspiring story. I had no idea how the brand had started out, and I think that a lot of people back home who watch TLN will find that inspiring, because they too want to make their dreams come true in a new country. So is there a message or something that you would like to share to the TLN viewers back home?
Well, I wanted to say, please stay safe. It's very important in this time, and we united, and we're going to do all together the best. We are here all the time with Veronica, thinking what we can do better.
I think another important message is, you know, this is a tough time for so many of us, and I think that, you know, never give up. Just like Ines found that machine, that sewing machine, I believe that, you know, there are opportunities in life, and even when things look really bleak and dark, that there always is a rainbow. You just have to look for that. You have to look out for that opportunity. Keep your eyes open and believe, because anything is possible if you put your mind and your heart to it.
Absolutely. Ines, Veronica, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you again for the work that you're doing for our frontline workers.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, TLN.